There. I have pregnancy brain. You gotta excuse me. Except I'm not pregnant. I miss that excuse though. I'm from here. Thanks for all coming out. Y'all look great. I'm from San Gabriel Valley. Lived here my whole life. I'm from what they call unincorporated Glendora. It's where all the rich Glendora throw out their white trash. I don't appreciate that. I am not trashy. I am composty. Okay? All those arrogant rich Glendorans, they have their gated communities and they let their peacocks out. Alright? I'm healing the planet, planting zucchini. And no peacocks are coming to my poor part of the town. But I do have chickens and I can dress them up and drag just like anyone. Rich Glendora have their, bland ass peacocks. I got chickens who look so fine. They're headed to Burning Man, all right? They're strutting their stuff. I grew up going to Raging Waters because it's right there. It's right next to Glendora. Grew up going to Raging Waters all summer. They describe Raging Waters as kind of like a methy area. But how do you think Raging Waters was built? It's like you're gonna need that energy. Raging Waters is where the 210 meets the 10 near a meth lab in San Diego. That's how it is. So I spent my childhood there, going down the water slides, all summer long, every year, water slide after water slide. It's a lot of violent colonics. I just had my colonoscopy done at 45 years old. I would not be surprised if they found my 1984 bikini bottoms. Gotta go to Raging Waters, get yourself a Raging Wedgie. I have kids, they're teenagers, they don't like Raging Waters, but they do like Universal Studios. I went on the Harry Potter ride before they changed it. I do know why they changed it. It tricks your brain to make you feel like you're inside of a video game that you can't get out of. I never shit myself with a violent colonic. I don't know how you deal with temporary psychosis, sir, but I shit myself. Just saying. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. That's when I grew up. I just saw the Barbie movie. And it's different. My Barbies were not skipping and dancing and playing. My Barbies were naked. Every little girl does it, okay? It's a big makeout sesh. Yeah. And my grandma would give me Barbies, and I didn't really like Barbies from my grandma because she was a hoarder, and it usually came out of trash or something. And I just felt it rude, to make these big Barbies. They look like they were having a bad day. That's what I'm saying, like tire treads on the face. So I just gave them CPR, and I let them rest in peace. But the others, it was go time. It was go time. It was hot. I've noticed in the Barbie movie, it was very feminist, women empowerment, and I like that. But me and my sister Stacy shared a room, and we were very different. I don't think the feminist message reached us. We were just very different. She was goth, and she didn't like me calling her goth, so I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. I saw the pentagram, and I should have said the Satan guy. And she would just hiss and lay back in her coffin. And we were just very, very different. And we didn't argue, but we just chased each other with clothes hangers, okay? We just whipped each other in the tit. And it just feels like women, when they don't agree and they have different opinions, we're just whipping each other in the tit. That's why I like getting older. I like getting older. I'm in my 40s. And we're not fighting each other. We're all fighting the common enemy, wrinkles. Okay? So we're going to the Botox parties, and it's a beautiful thing. So we got Democrats, we got Republicans, we got soccer moms, we got the white witch from the Renaissance Fair. We're getting injected, and we're bleeding from the head. It's a beautiful thing. No one's arguing. So I am married. I mean, married people here. Yes. Yeah. My husband grew up in a religious family. I did not. I grew up going to bars and stuff. They wanted me to cut back on the bar hopping and convert. The only thing is, the only Christian people I would see were on TV, and they're hopping and dancing and stuff. And I'm like, if that's what I need to do, I'm gonna need to take some tequila shots. And I don't know those dance moves. I might do some air guitar, but I don't know groups. But I didn't have to do that. We do a lot of churchy shit. We do. We went camping with our 3 boys, and I'm glad we're still alive. Camping. And they said, when you hike and you see a bear, just turn around and walk away. Like the bear is going to be impressed by our manners. Walking away. Let it go. And then we put our food in a bear box, but we put ourselves in a tent. And the bear's like, you don't want me to eat the humans, put the humans in the bear box. You're packing me a lunch here. My oldest son is affected by autism. And we put him out, we got to take him out on the boat, and he got to go tubing, and the guy driving the boat said, is it okay? Can he go in the lake? I said, sir, his mind is affected by autism. His body's fine. He's not going to go in the lake and play chess. So, he had a great time. He was pulled in the tube, he was laughing, he was just having a great time. But when we pulled him back into the boat, he showed everybody how not physically disabled he was with Mr. Happy Pants. So I ran over the towel, covered that up, and church camp has never been the same. Like, what'd you do at camp? Well, oh, it was great. We went on a hike, we went in a boat, and I saw some autistic kids boner. I don't know. I'm happy to report that I no longer self-harm. Stopped the minute I quit being a substitute teacher. I had a 3rd grade student that I sent to the principal's office for being very inappropriate, so he wrote me an apology letter where he took full accountability for rubbing boogers on his penis. I have a letter from a 3rd grader apologizing for rubbing boogers on his penis. And I kept that letter. Is that porn? Don't record me. It's too good. I like the autistic class. They're too sweet. It wouldn't occur to them to be a dick. Except for the one kid who did throw a book at my head. But other than that, they were great. And they would just open these portals of this imaginary world where it's sci-fi and they're talking to each other for bananas. And then I go, and this 9th grade girl is getting really aggressive with me. And I'm like, look, you should show me some respect. And she's like, well, what are you going to do about it? Like, well, if you untie me now, I'm jumping into that autistic portal. Someone give me a banana. I'm not subbing now because I homeschool. I homeschool my youngest son. His teacher didn't want him to be, dismissed from class. He would just show up sometimes speaking in a British accent for no reason, and they got a kick out of him. She's like, oh, if you homeschool him, he's going to feel different. I'm like, he's dyslexic. He's in the corner reading a book upside down. I think we're past different. So I homeschool him. The good thing is I give him the attention he needs. The bad thing is he's getting socialized from me. And he did inquire about the house Chardonnay when we went out to eat. I tried to play ball with him. He didn't want to ruin his fresh manicure. So he'll learn to be a kid at some point, but for now, he's one of the ladies who like to lunch. I got myself a pal. But anyway, that's all my jokes. I'd introduce his name. His name is Rebecca. I'd introduce the guy if I knew his name. More prepared.
Thanks, Phil. I am Nick Lanning. Thank you.